everybody, and welcome to this lesson. We are fast forwarding 40 years, and it's almost time for the Israelites to enter into the promised land. At this point, they are camped out in Moab. And today, I'm going to do a sort of a reader's theater for you to tell you this lesson. So please stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy it. And this reader's theater about Balaam and his talking donkey is brought to you by Ritz, because everything tastes better when it sits on a Ritz. I am your narrator for today, so here we go. Take one. The Israelites traveled to the plains of Moab, where Balak is king. King Balak of Moab had heard all that Israel had done to their enemies, and they were terrified because there were so many Israelites.
This huge horde of people is going to take over us and everything around us.
Oh my, King Balak, what shall we do?
I'm going to send messengers to get Balaam. I'll pay him to come and put a curse on these people because they're too powerful for me. And those who Balaam blesses are blessed, and those he curses are cursed.
I will volunteer to take the message to Balaam and the fees for his services. So the elders went to find Balaam, and they told him what King Balak had said. Why don't you all spend the night here, and I will bring you back the answer that the Lord gives me.
Who are these men with you?
Balak, the king of Moab, sent me a message about a group of people that came out of Egypt, and they cover the face of the land. He wants me to put a curse on them so he can fight them and drive them away.
Do not go with them. You must not put a curse on those people because they are blessed.
The next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak's messengers, "Go back to your own country, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you." So the guys returned back to Balak. "Sorry, King Balak, but Balaam refused to come with us."
Well, I'll just have to send other men more numerous and more distinguished than the first.
"Balaam, we have a message from King Balak. Do not let anything keep you from coming to him. He will reward you handsomely and do whatever you say. Come and put a curse on the Israelites for us. Please!" Even if Balak gave me his palace filled with silver and gold, I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord my God. Well, why not sleep on it before you decide for sure? You all stay here tonight as the others did, and I will find out what else the Lord will tell me. That night, God came to Balaam and said,
Since these men have come to get you, go with them, but do only what I tell you.
So Balaam got up the next morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the men from Moab. But God was very angry that he went. The angel of the Lord stood in the road to oppose him or stop him. Balaam was riding on his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword in his hand, she turned off the road and into a field. Balaam beat her to get her back on the road. The angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path with walls on both sides. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pressed close to the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against it. So he beat her again. Ee-aw, ee-aw, ee-aw. Then the angel of the Lord moved on ahead and stood in a narrow place. There was no room to turn, either to the right or to the left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam. He was angry and beat her with his staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and she talked to Balaam. Did you hear that? The donkey actually talked to Balaam. What have I done to make you beat me these 3 times? You have made a fool of me. If I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now. Am I not your own donkey, which you have always ridden to this day? Have I been in the habit of doing this to you? No. Whoa! An angel with a drawn sword. Why have you beaten your donkey these 3 times? I have come here to stop you, because your path is a reckless one before me. Your donkey saw me and turned away from me those 3 times. If she had not turned away, I would certainly have killed you by now, but I would have spared her. I have sinned. I did not realize you were standing in the road to stop me. Now, if you are displeased, I will go back. Go with the men, but speak only what I tell you. So Balaam kept his promise and said only what God wanted. 3 times he spoke to the king and told him that God's people would be blessed and would eventually rule over his kingdom. Things are looking up for the Israelites. I hope you enjoyed this story about Balaam and his talking donkey. God can sure do things in miraculous ways to get people's attention. I can't wait to find out what happens next with the Israelites. Thanks for joining me. See you next week.